What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Be the Trader. So today I want to talk about just belief, and I haven't been really truly believing in my trading. I haven't really truly believed in myself for a while now in terms of my trading success. Even though I've found consistency in what I'm good at, I still second guess myself. I've did that last week, and that's something I told myself I would work on. If you watched your weekly review or listen to that episode, I say watch because it's on YouTube. And then this week, or it's only Monday, I still did some of those habits, like not sticking to my risk, my initial risk, and also not believing in my entry. And that's something that is not good. And it's like I've been trading for so long now that somewhere along the way I was so excited, I was so pumped, I want to be a great trader, yada yada yada. I'm working my butt off every day and I'm pumped about it, to a point where it's like, okay, maybe not so pumped. And then now all of a sudden, somewhere down that road, I've somehow got or lost some of that belief in myself that I am going to make it. And it wasn't until today that I discovered that, after having a long conversation with a really, really great friend of mine, childhood friend, known me for years. And he's right. He was saying that, like, it sounds like I don't truly believe in myself. And so that's why some of my decisions, or I feel like some of my decisions that I've been making when it comes to not sticking to my risk because I don't want to take a loss, when it comes to, entering a trade and getting out right away and then end up being right, it's because I'm not believing in myself. And most of my trades overall work out. So that's a big problem. I'm not quite sure how am I going to work on this other than believe in myself. I have to, because that's the whole reason why I left a very successful career in the first place. And that's why I did that and didn't make it the first year, because I was learning. But then the second time, it's because I'm not believing 100%. And it's never just one thing. I know there's a lot of things we all need to work on. I definitely know that, especially for myself. But what I will say is belief is huge. And that's something I need to do and I need to work on. So tomorrow, I'm in a trade right now. I'm in a stock, Stage Stores, SSI. I'm short, an average of 441, risking 462 right now. It just closed. First red day, I'm looking for a gap down and further. If I don't get that, I'm not cutting this unless it hits 462. And if it gaps down and then reclaims green, then that's a reason. But if it doesn't gap down, I'm not cutting it until it hits my risk. And I'm saying it out loud because I want to hold myself accountable, because I'm going to record again tomorrow. And recording tomorrow, I could sit here and lie, but I'm not going to do that. I want to make sure that I'm able to follow through. My MYOV trade where I talked about last week, it would have worked perfectly. Not perfectly, but it would have worked really well if I would have believed in myself. The trade you'll see here, I'll show you real quick. If you're listening to the show, you go to YouTube, you can see it. I had an entry here, which I'm okay with cutting. No big deal. I was lost. I was wrong. But my reshort here, I was risking this 470. It never hit that. But I got out because I thought, and I assumed I was going to be wrong when it broke this area, because it held for it held the 460s for 1 hour, 2 hours. But the whole reason why I got in this trade is because it held this lower high. And I told myself I would adjust my risk once this key broke, this 444 area. But it never did, so I completely switched the plan because I didn't want to take a big loss. And it wouldn't have been a big loss, but it comes down to I wasn't believing in myself. And so I chased down here. Overall, having the same entry, but I could be wrong tomorrow. But now instead of paying just once, I may pay twice. And I'm not going to cut it unless it breaks, because now I need to believe in myself. I do. It's something that I want to work on, and I'm going to continue to work on. And I'm really glad I had this talk. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. I feel like things could change. And what's got me so stressed lately is looking for a job, trying to find an opportunity. Excuse me. Trying to find an opportunity, and it's not easy trying to trade, trying to find a job. And at the same time, if you're someone who loves trading and you know what you want to do, it's stressful when you got to find something else. But you got to also remember, or I need to remember, that finding something else doesn't mean I get rid of my dreams. I can multitask. I've gotten to a point where I can trade only for like 30 minutes and I'm done. Believe it or not, most of my trades happen in the morning. And if they do happen in the afternoon, it's literally an alert that comes off on my phone or on my computer at this time, but usually on my phone if I'm somewhere. I just place the entry and walk away and set my profit and my loss. So it's definitely possible. But the stress of me feeling like, I think it's just stressful because I think when I'm looking for a job, I'm kind of feel like I'm admitting failure. And there's nothing wrong with losing and not making it right away, but I'm not a failure. I'm someone who's going to keep pushing forward, and I'm not going to give up. But it'll make it a lot easier for me if I believe in myself too. Giving up and not giving up is one thing, but you got to have belief, and that's what I need to have moving forward. So that's really what I wanted to talk about today. My goal this week is to have belief. I'm going to work really hard on still trading really well, but I overall want to have belief in myself and in my trading. So if you're liking this content, be sure to subscribe to the show on the podcast. Give us a rating and review because it helps us a ton on iTunes. I really appreciate it. And on YouTube, interact with me. You know how I always like to respond and comment back and subscribe and share with your friends and family and other traders, because trading is not easy. And I know it's not from firsthand experience. There's those stories where people make it pretty quick, but I'm not one of those stories, and that hurts, and it hurt for a long time, and it still does. And that's where somehow I lost belief in myself. And so now that's what I got to work on, belief. So thanks again.